Okay, so let's just say that you started your collecting and now you're ready to make some money. Let's say you're short term or hobbyist, maybe even long term, just needing some really quick cash. So you kind of got to learn the basics of bargaining. Now you can jump on eBay and sell or auction off your whatever item that you want, or you can like go to a specialized collector and try to you know come up with something for them. Now let's say you're collecting paintings, which it's a whole another really crazy genre to mess with. But all right, let's say you have a painting and there's a collector that buys paintings and stuff. Right? You know this painting is worth $1,000. All right. So yes, if you sold it yourself, you might be able to make $1,000, like putting it on eBay, or you might not. You might lose money, because they charge when you put stuff on there. But if you want to sell it to a dealer, you're going to have to keep in mind that that dealer wants to make money. He has to make money. He's got overhead and whatnot. And so if you're going there and this painting is worth $1,000, don't expect to get $1,000 from that guy. Realistically, depending on percentages, if it's $1,000 and it's in like perfect condition, he might not make it. He might not sell it for 1,000, even though it's worth 1,000. He might have to drop it in price. So he might drop it 800, 900. It depends on if it's a hot commodity or whatnot. If and he'll know. He'll be able to tell you, which technically you should know too, if you did research. But he'll be able to know if he's going to have to hold on to it for a while or if it's going to sell really quick. So between that, you would probably take like that down from, instead of 1,000, so he might make it $800, right? So he'll sell it for $800. So keep that in mind. $800 is the most he'll get. So you kind of got to get that midway point. Now let's say you paid $400 for that painting. All right. A lot of people want, I want to double my money. It doesn't always work that way. If he's going to make $800, the lowest you want to get is $400. But keep this in mind. Let's say you spent $400 for that painting, but it was $100 worth of gas. All right, let's just throw that out. $100 worth of gas and time. All right, so $500. That's your minimum that you're willing to get is $500. No, you'd have to put a little more than that. All right, so you put $500 towards this painting. All right, so your minimum would be over $500, even if it's 501 cent or whatever. But it's just stuff to keep in mind. So from there, knowing that your near minimum would be 500, and his probably would be about 800, right? So you kind of in between. Now you might, if you don't know the guy too well, and you might do a little bit of bargaining with this person. I say guy, it could be a lady. But if you don't know him too well and stuff, and you don't have a good repertoire with him, then maybe you want to make a little more. So you'll say like $700. So you give the guy or gal the ability to make $100, and they might go for that, they might not go for that. But let's say they go for it, and you make about $200 or so. Good for you. And then maybe he makes 100, maybe he makes more, maybe he's able to make a ridiculous amount of money off of it. The point is, you made money off of your sell, that item. Now, once it's in their hands, don't even worry about it. I've sold stuff to somebody and they've made like 20 times the amount of money that I sold it for, which is fine. That's good on them. That's just how the world works, all right? And they've also had it where some of my stuff that I sold to some people, they had to, they took a loss, a pretty big loss. So with all that in mind, you also got to learn when to walk away. So let's say this person just refuses to budge, and like $500 is the most I can give you. Well, if you sell it at $500, with all that time, all that money, gas money, all that stuff together, you put $500 in it. You're not going to make anything. So that's when you just got to be like, I'm sorry, I got to walk away, and then just walk away, and maybe you'll find someone else to sell the painting to. But now, I was trying to build it up to this is if you know that person really well and you do a lot of business with them, all right, it's good to uh, give him some good deals. So rather than say like $700 and have him make like $100 or whatever, maybe you just want $100 or maybe you want $50. So you'll sell it to him for like $550 or $600. You get that $50 or $100 in your pocket, and you know he's going to make a whole lot more, or she's going to make a whole lot more. Um, so that's one of those things. But they're going to remember that. They're going to remember that you helped them out. You gave them a good, decent price. So maybe you might come in one day and you have something, and you just cannot go beyond a certain point. You have to have a certain amount of money. Then they'll a lot more respectful towards you if they're a good person, and they'll remember all those previous deeds that or the previous sales and stuff that they had gotten from you, and that's one of those good things. Build up a repertoire with some of the dealers and stuff. Just keep in mind that they're out to make money just like you're out to make money, and don't sell yourself short. Know when to walk away. If you know a deal is bad, a deal is bad. I've seen where a kid had a $30 Yu-Gi-Oh card, and then the guy just refused to give him. He kept trying to say, "Oh, I'll give you like $2, $3 for it and stuff." And the kid was good enough. He's like, "Nah, you're trying to rip me off," and then walked away. And then he ended up selling it to some other place and stuff. So good on that kid for his parents teaching him that stuff. But it's one of those things, learn when to walk away and learn the value of things, and keep in mind that everyone's out to make money.